Carla the cat. She's running around looking for a place to poop. And somebody needs to get his ass down here and direct her to the right spot. Okay, I gotta see what you guys read wrong. Oops, my computer stopped. Reconnect. And then I found a funny post too I have to show you guys. I just yelled at him, screamed bloody murder, come down here and deal with your cat. Oh, for fuck's sake, hang on. Carla. Nej. 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 Can I interest anyone in an annoying Siamese cat? Right? Just a minute. Karl, you need to deal with the cat now. She's planting bombs everywhere. And now she's... No. Off the carpet. Seriously, though, he's been on the toilet for 30 minutes. How long does it take? Carla. Night. She's looking for a place to poop that's everywhere other... If you shit on my bed, I will... She's looking for a place to poop anywhere that isn't the toilet. Ah! And then you've got the other one shitting upstairs and... Welcome! Anyway, how's your day? I'm watching her. So, anyhow, I did some stuff. I finished this hat out. Well, this hat was finished a while ago. I just sewed in the end. And then I found a white yarn. Oh, I did not sew. No, I did sew in the end on this one. I had found a white yarn that I could spiral the leftover with. Exact same yarn there. Deal with that little shit. She's trying to shit everywhere but the toilet. And then I put her in the cage and then she came out the other way because apparently you opened 2 exits for her. But seriously, she's planting her butt everywhere. So please just deal with her before I have to... 34-minute poop. What the hell? Like I was timing you.
Doesn't go any faster than you're yelling at me.
Well, it should come out like immediately. The rest is just on internet time. No, anyway, so this was the other one. This is also stitch, and it is quite see-through. But when you have mohair or fuzzy yarn, which by the way you can use, just don't make any mistakes. Then you get all the little hairs kind of fill in the holes there, and it's actually quite warm, even though. But anyway, so there you go. That was a work in progress. I think I started probably about 2 months ago and finally finished. And then, of course, so I got this little ball of white yarn because I was happy to see that it was enough to use up the leftovers of this yarn, which I did. But now I have a fuzzy little ball of yarn left over. So now I'm in the same dilemma with a different yarn. So my thought is I have a little bit of this plant dyed yarn, hand spun. This looks like a mess. So I thought, what if I make wrist warmers and use this on the bottom? Maybe. It's not the same yarn, but it is the same gauge. So that's my thought there anyway. We shall see. Because this little skein would be just enough to make 2 wrist warmers, I think. With or without thumbs, I don't know yet. We'll find out. So there's that. And then we have the stitch of the month. The stitch of the month is Russian. Not Russian. It's called Zora. This was so cute. I have to look it up just to make sure I get it right. Let's see. Zora and an Lock and Tot. The Needle Binding Bible. Let's see, that didn't come up. Lock and Tot. I can't spell. There we go. Okay. So this stitch was described in Ulrika Clausen-Büttner's book Nalbinding, Was ist das? I have that one up there somewhere. Anyway, it's described in that book. since the stitch hasn't got any other name, Ulrika had started to call it the Zora stitch. Zora is a little girl who visited a medieval fair for the first time wearing shoes made in this stitch. So I thought that was quite cute. And that is this stitch. So the stitch of the month is Zora. Or you can also call it Finnish 3. It's 3 plus 1, yeah. You're working 3 loops behind your thumb and then 1 forward. So it's a bit like, it's the other way around. Sorry, it's like the opposite of Broden. You have 3 loops on your thumb and you're working 1 stitch behind. So I'll show you that in a minute while he deals with cats. Let's see. And the color of the month is brown. I wanted to go, I know you guys were hoping for green, but I decided, no. I think we just did teal. And I usually tend to go with green because St. Patrick's Day is a green kind of a thing. So that always makes me think of that. But so I thought that'd be too easy. So I went with brown because my yarn has a little bit of brown in it, but I'm still getting away with green, right? Then I thought, what about Kermit the Frog green? But I don't really have much Kermit the Frog green in here. It's maybe a little olive green. This is some wonderful Latvian yarn from Riga, and it's hand-dyed. And itchy as all hell, but it is so cool and has such really long pooling. So the shades. I don't know if you've ever seen the orange hat that I have on a logo, I think. Well, it's not really a logo, but it's some Nalbinding with the needle in these orangish colors on YouTube. That is this yarn as well, but with different colors, obviously. It has this nice slow pooling, and I made a hat out of that. That's what this was. And it turned out to be the coolest hat I ever made. But yes, it probably does itch like mad here. But a friend of mine who works at the village is from Latvia, and when she went back, because I found this yarn, not this one, but the one in that picture, I found it at a secondhand store, a flea market, and didn't know what it was, but it said Riga on it anyway, and thought it was really cool, and I showed it to her, and she says, oh, I know this yarn, they have it everywhere in Latvia. So when she went back the next time, she brought me back some skeins of it, and this is one of them, and I've been sitting on this one for probably about 7 years, so it's, you know, it's about time to use it. I did start making a neck warmer with it, but the problem was my cats, I think, got it at one point and pulled a couple of stitches loose, and, well, not loose, but pulled a couple of loops loose, and then I kind of sat there wondering if I should fix it or not, so I decided actually just to rip it. So that's not easy. Ripping things out in needle binding means picking out each loop one by one, but I did save the yarn, so then I thought I'll try to make some wrist warmers out of it. Actually, mittens I think would be good. Okay, so we'll look at the needle binding. Today, I don't know where the hell the little tube of Vaseline went, but I've got a bottle of Doolies we can look at. And here, Torben, will that do? Little thing of lip seal. That's like almost Vaseline, isn't it? What are friends for if not to buy cool new kinds of yarn for you when they travel? Absolutely. So that's the first I have to free my needle out of this other project here, because I didn't grab another needle, which is easier said than done, because I just realized this is tangling like mad since I picked it up and put it down 25 times. But yeah, I actually follow them on Facebook, I noticed, because every once in a while it'll come up in a story, something about yarn dyeing and winding and whatever, and it's that factory. So I absolutely love it, but you think I'd have a tag for it somewhere, but maybe I'd have it on Ravelry. Anyway, it would have been nice to have a neck warmer made out of it, but it's just wasn't going to get fit. What the heck? Look at this that I'm dealing with here. I have to get the yarn out of that, and it's like two wrist warmers stuck together because I'm working in tandem. Fine. We'll just watch me play with this a bit. My hair is down today, by the way. You're welcome. No, it's because it's still wet. It's down here. It's still wet. So I have to dry it. Sooner or later, I will free my needle from this project. Then I got lazy amounts of yarn. No, I think I put it down and then picked it back up in such a way that I mixed it up. And then of course I could just break the yarn and resplice, but that would be too easy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ta-da! I got it loose. I just put that over there and forget that it exists. Okay, now we can try this stitch, the cool Zora stitch with the lip seal in the background, because it's very important. So we were having this wonderful conversation about what your station looks like, your Nalbinding station. We're just, the lipsticks, she ate a lip seal, chapstick. Yeah, it's chapstick. There you go. It's actually for the same function I'm using the Vaseline for, so let your mind wander there. It's for my lips. Okay, anyhow, this is a chain of this. I don't know if you can see what a cat. This is the technical right side of a chain. You can kind of see it there. It's pretty dense. And the technical wrong side looks like it's just got a horizontal dash going through it. And then this is what they look like when you have several together. Sorry, this is the technical right side. There, and the technical wrong side. This is a little bit raised there. So, I'll do one more stitch. Actually, I measured this out so that I could do two together, but I'll pick out a couple stitches so you can see. Let's see, one. I purposely didn't go too far on these. 3, I'll put 4 stitches back. By the way, if you ever have to rip your yarn out, okay, we'll go 5 back. If you have to rip your needle binding out, have your yarn facing up and on top. Grab the last loop, the one that pulls tight. And then hold it here on the left side, assuming you're left-handed or right-handed. Hold it on the left side because that keeps your other stitches from tightening up as you pull. And then you just pull it out like that. And that's probably about as painless as I can make it. If you have to rip. So for this stitch, it is like Broden, but opposite. So you have the last 3 loops. Okay, so you're working over 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, from the end of your chain here. So the first loop goes on your thumb. Second loop goes on your thumb, but keep it in order. So the second loop is the top, third loop there. So you have 3 loops there, but you're only picking up 1 loop from behind. That's it. So you go from the front, sorry. 1 forward, twist, and then go under these 3 loops. And then when you pull through, you catch the new one underneath all the others, and then you take off that last loop, the top loop. And the top loop is the one you're going to be switching. There. That is it. So I did 2, now I have to do 3, 4, and then 5. Now I've put back the ones that I missed. When I do this, it's probably the way I hold my yarn or whatever, it gets kind of curly and bumpy like that. It's not wrong. It just needs to be locked into place. I picked a dark color to show this with. That was probably not the smartest thing, but anyway, then I can put it back on again. 1, 2, 3, and I can join my row. So to do that, there, kind of look, so it goes flat around like that, and then join. This is a little bit too big for my wrist, but that's intentional because it'll get smaller over the next 3 rows. So to join, I'm going to use the end 2 loops here from the top because they can kind of slide, but you're working on the top here. Then, of course, I'm running out of yarn here, so I'll thread my needle like that. Then the one behind, 3 forward. And then, let's see, double check that this didn't twist when you go to join the next one, because it can happen. So then it will be, I'm going to do F2. Karl found himself a beer, so that's a good starter. Have you controlled the cat, Karl? Have you controlled the cat?
And his.
Good. Okay, he's controlled the cat. The cat can't get much more controlled. No, but she's literally going from corner to corner in the house, planting her ass, and it was like, okay, there we go, and then push through. So I have to splice more yarn here, but there's the 4 loops, and then it's on top, like that. But I can continue onto this one to show you. So now I've done 1, 2, 3 rows, and you can see that something like this has now gotten this size. That's because these loops are only bound side to side. They're not bound from top to bottom or bottom to top. But once they are in this row is now in the middle, so to speak, then you see the true size, because this row is bound side to side, bottom to top, and top to bottom. But so when I made it a little too big, because it will shrink, so now it fits much more tighter than it would have otherwise, if that gives you an idea of how much bigger to make it. And the reason I like to make my wrist warmers or mittens or whatever the hell these are going to be bottom up is because if I make this too big, it'll just start further down my arm. But you do want a little extra room anyway, so that you can put it over your jacket, for example, if need be. So I figure these are going to probably go right about here. For me, I think that's a pretty comfortable width. But then I will I like to have them kind of form-fitted, so I will actually increase a little bit on each side to make it, well, actually maybe just on the thumb size, so it goes that way. So 1 more row, and then I'll start increasing. But okay, so now to splice. This is a long shifting yarn, by the way, this one here. So I have to, because it's a long shift, I can actually try to make two in tandem by taking off 1 length and splitting it into 2, which is kind of what I've done here, so that they have the same color shift. It's just that there's more on this one, or somewhat similar to it anyway. So to keep them in order, then I will splice the yarn before I take it off my ball. Nalbinding, not nail binding. Nalbinding, Nalbinding. It's got a lot of different names. And Nalbinding is the Americanized version of Nalbinding. Nalbinding in Danish, Nalbinding in Norwegian. In Swedish too, I think this is Nalbinding or Nalbinding. Okay, so we've kind of merged the 2 yarns there. And then add a little spit or water bottle, whatever. Don't have one, so I just used spit, don't ask. And then rub. This works if you have 100% wool or something that felts. Otherwise, you got to get a bit more creative, maybe use a knot. And then you need a lot of rage. Preferably don't use chocolate or coffee in your mouth if you're going to be using a white yarn. And you got a little spinch. Okay, so this is now my weak spot too, though. So I'm going to have to pull through very carefully until I get past this point. If it's not splicing really well, consider making a longer bite or longer join. Okay, then I can take my yarn here. Oh, it's already broken. Potato, potato. That's right. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing it right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's because nål, and A with a circle over it, L, means needle in Norwegian. And then there's my 4th one behind. So I'm joining with an F2. That's just a personal preference. You can join with F1 or not. F2 means taking 1 new one and 1 old one, the one I'd done before, from the front. It just makes it a little bit more of a dense join. Then I work my stitch. Take the old one off. And I'll do this for 1 more round, and then I'll increase along this side of my hand. Probably once every row, depending. If it doesn't get loose enough, then I'll have to do 2. See, like that. But I thought that was really cute, though. They found a little girl named Zora, and they didn't have a name for the stitch. Obviously, they have Hansen's notations and whatnot, but it's more fun to give it a name, so they called it Zora. And little Zora must be so proud. There. I think I did something wrong. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, double check. It was hard to see because that's my join and it's still super thick there. You can decrease the thickness by removing some of the yarn before joining. 2, 3, 4. And there. F2. Now that should be behind my thumb. Yep, there's the thickness there, so now I'm just going to get past it. And then I'll catch up on chat here. We've been particularly mean to Karl today. He has tried just about every single beer in the area that he can, except for the ones he doesn't like, or the questionable ones, things that make him go, hmm. And that means today he's going to have one of those beers that makes him go, hmm. So this could be fun. Okay, there we go. Anyway, and then you kind of want to stretch out your work each round to find out how it actually is. Lock all your stitches into place to see how big it is. You can see my join there is a little on the thick side. I could probably remove one thread on each side. Oh, that was a different one. Like one of these plies, I could probably remove half of it on each side before joining, and that'll fix it a bit, decrease it a bit. Another option would be to pull it a bit tighter. Just that one loop when it goes through. Okay. So I will work on those. By the way, if you don't know how to increase, you just do one more stitch in the exact same hole that you did before. And that will increase. Okay, so this is what Karl's going to be drinking today. Another one of hond, because you can see somebody's holding it. Ta-da-da-da. It's called Endelig fredag, finally Friday. So he's going to have this today on a Saturday. Juicy Session IPA. And it looks like a taco with Brussels sprouts. So I'm thinking this is going to go over really well.
It's going to be another one of these bitter beers that smell like grass.
It could be a grass-flavored beer. Water, malted barley, wheat oat. Oh, that sounds very... hippie for you there, Karl. Hops and yeast. And it says, Endelig fredag, ett rent och välsmakande öl. Finally, Friday is a clean and good tasting beer. Or do you want, no, pure and good tasting beer, not clean, sorry. Raffinerat och delikat med inbjudande humlearoma med citrus och tropiska toner. That's right, you should all learn Norwegian from me with the American dialect.
Oh, God, that sounds bad.
Thank you. Karl's. Okay, so what would raffinert mean in this sense? Raffinert and delicate with the inviting, inbjudande, humlearoma.
The word has a double meaning in Norwegian. It might be refined, as in you refine oil.
Yeah.
Or it might be, well, actually, it has the same.
I think it's refined here. Yeah, it does.
Refined as in elegant and posh.
Yeah, but not raffia. No. But this is the word with a hops aroma with citrus. You can guess what that means. It's the same.
Why I said it sounds horrible.
Og tropiska toner and tropical tones. So Karl's over there cringing.
Hopefully that just means that I've thrown a mango at the outside of the bottle.
Øl er mer fruktig enn bittert. Yeah. Og passer godt til fredagstaco. And the beer is more fruity than bitter and will be very suitable with your Friday taco. Fredagstaco is a thing here. Taco fredag. As we have Taco Tuesdays in the United States, they have Taco fredag. Oops. Taco Friday in Norway. Here you go.
The day is doubly meaningless because to everybody else it's Saturday and to us it's practically Monday.
This is true. There you go. Enjoy. Yeah, because our weekend is on Thursdays and Fridays.
Yeah. And celebrating the beginning of the work week with tropical fruity beer is...
Yeah. All right. Enjoy. Discuss your flavors. We need to get to the alcohol store with more selection. Okay, I'm going to get back on YouTube here so I can see what I missed in chat.
This is what I imagined the grass outside of a hairdresser saloon would smell like.
A hairdresser salon. A hairdresser saloon is something completely different. Oh, Jesus, that's nasty. That smells like cleaning liquid.
Yes. What?
Citric hops does not mean lemon beer, said Torben.
Let's hope not.
Let's see. We'll zoom you in a little closer here. That's right.
Let's
That's the.
hope it tastes better than it smells.
Oh, you haven't drank? Oh, okay. I thought that was your. I am not liking this look, as in you drank it, but you didn't drink it.
No, I smelled it again, and I'm still agreeing with myself that some hairdresser threw the backwash water in the flowers outside and then called it beer.
Okay.
The taste is not horrible.
No? Really?
Not great, but not horrible.
Not horrible?
The,
Orange is also citrus, says PJ.
yes. And I don't know exactly what kind of poor fruit I misused to make this shit, but...
Torben asks, does it taste like a hippie drowned in the fermentation tank?
No, hippies are not this clean.
Walpuri Sarvi is here. Says Norwegians and Finns have something in common. Dislike Swedish. Joke. This is actually quite true.
It's not a joke.
By the way, if you haven't figured it out, I'm the American, but he's the Norwegian. I just live here. And he's a Viking. Well, actually, we both are, but I haven't been Viking in a while. I started doing administration work at the village. But you are a guide, so if you have any Viking questions, we got to nail him with it before he realizes that...
This isn't strong enough to send me into orbit.
This isn't strong enough to send you into orbit?
No.
Oh, because I had more questions for you today. The foam mustache suits you, says Torben. Oh, yeah, no, Karl cannot drink a beer without wearing it. Does not smell good at night either, I gotta say. The head on that thing.
Tonight, I'll smell like a rose garden, literally.
I don't know if is it rose?
Roses with hair products.
Are you smelling my hair? My hair, I just washed it. You're probably smelling my hair.
I'm not.
No?
It's this cleaning fluid.
It's the cleaning fluid. Torben says the full mustache suits you. I already read that. I have to go back up. Walpuri Sarvi says, Walpuri Sarvi, I have to say that right. 2 of my grandchildren have the other grandmom who is Norwegian but lived in Finland for over 30 years. Oh, wow. So you got a Finnish Norwegian. What would you call those in... what does Norway think of Finland, by the way, Karl? Clearly, 2 of them got along.
Depending on which Norwegian you ask. The
have
stereotype about the Finnish is that they are the only people in the world that are less emotive than us.
Mm.
So a Finnish person can be calm as a pool of water and dead drunk. Norwegians, we are very calm and polite most of the time, but when we are dead drunk, we are really loud. But the Finnish are just calm and polite all the time, including when they are dead drunk. Also, some Norwegians, like myself, who are a little bit into military history, are really impressed with the Finnish.
Okay, so you want to tell them a bit about the Finnish experience we had this week? You want to tell them about the Finnish experience, Karl? Go ahead.
I don't think it's a documentary, but we watched the Sisu 2, The Road to Revenge.
SISU. So if you're not familiar with Sisu 1, what can you tell them?
The plot for Sisu 1, quickly summarized, is a bunch of German soldiers steals the gold of a Finnish gold digger and regrets it for the rest of the movie. In Sisu 2, the same Finnish gold digger is now trying to move his house from what's now Russia and back into Finland. And a group of Russians try to stop him and uses the rest of the movie to regret it.
That's pretty much what I saw. For how long was this? Almost an hour and a half, maybe? 90 minutes. This guy's trying to move his house, and he's just getting from point A to point B. He's even OCD marked all the logs on his house, and he's going to took it apart, he's going to put it back together again. And that's it. He just has to get from point A to point B. But no! We got to visit like 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, all the way through before you can get to point B. And it was like... But somehow he managed to have all the pieces together. So my OCD was a little bit happy then. But oh my God, it took forever. So...
120. He was supposed to move his house 120 kilometers.
But he spends like the whole movie doing it. But no, Karl thinks this is fantastic. Meanwhile, I'm going, can he just get there already? I mean, what the hell else is going to happen to the guy? It's a guy movie. It's a guy movie.
In every action movie, they have some kind of need to have A, a message, and B, a romantic subplot. This movie doesn't even have a single woman.
Nope. No, there wasn't.
There is no message.
There was a picture of one.
The only message is, if a Finnish person tries to move their house, you should maybe not mess with them.
Well, this guy talked as much as a Finnish person, too. I think, did he say anything in the entire movie until the end of the last one, the first one?
In the first one, he has one sentence. In this movie, he said nothing.
Yeah, you're right. I think he might have shed a tear. In the very end.
I don't think he did even
No,
that.
But I mean, so he talks as much like a Minnesota Finlander.
Just mildly depressed.
Doesn't say a damn thing. Not for kids, yeah. By the way, Nolvi had a really good question for you, Karl. The movie one, gold digger or gold miner? And then Annetta points out that a gold digger is like a hooker, but smarter. Very different. I like that.
From what I saw, he was digging for gold in a bog, but he wasn't in a mine. It was just a hole that was basically deep enough for him to stand in it and look out.
Okay. I didn't realize it was a bog, but yeah. No, you might be right. Okay, I have to catch some more here.
But it's been a while. We watched that movie when we were in England the first time, I think.
Yeah, I have a picture of it. I think it was, we were, yeah. Yeah, it was the first time, because there was nothing to do, so we watched a movie. We got there too late. So.
Obviously, when it comes to physics and that sort of thing, nothing is even remotely a little bit correct. But it is so fun.
No, so Karl is just, now, what did you like most? I mean, let's just say there was some blood in this movie, so if you're, squeamish, that might not be the one for you. Some blood, Karl? Would that be summing it up correctly?
There are some Russians in this movie who dies horribly, to put it like that.
And Sisu can take some pain.
Yeah, he should be dead. Like, maybe not quite as bad as the last movie, but still pretty bad. I don't know how many times a normal person who wasn't Finnish would die in this movie.
Didn't say a word. I don't even think he screamed.
He grunts a little bit.
He does grunt a little bit, yeah. Okay, and you had something to say about the Russian guy that was supposed to kill him?
He looked very Swedish.
So maybe that was the thing. I don't know. Okay. Has Karl seen Der Snö? Dead Snow. We did see it, didn't we?
I don't
At your father's house, I thought. The one that... Is this the one with the zombies?
Yeah, we did see it, yes.
With the military zombies, yeah.
Nazi zombies.
Nazi zombies. Go ahead, recap quickly what
that was stupid. Oh, God.
Yeah, you don't want to... It is so bad. There's a second one, and he tried to make me watch that too, and I'm sitting there going...
I don't understand, because
All right,
these
I'm
are
ready.
really simple concepts that you should think, when the Finnish can pull it off excellently, you should think that the Norwegians would be capable of doing something good, but no. I didn't like the characters. They were to the point that
they were Friday the 13th cast.
I was
They were
almost
much...
rooting for the Nazi zombies. It's so bad.
It was they were snowboarding or something, snowboarders.
Yeah.
Or something. Anyway, so basically, I think somebody comes across some sort of a treasure or something like that and keeps one coin of it, and there's these zombies that suddenly waken up and they're like, "You took my treasure. You have to die." Yeah. And that's pretty much the whole thing.
But also because movie we have to have like 72 the romantic subplots.
Yeah.
Some hanky panky in the outhouse. It's just dumb. So
But you thought that was dumb, but you liked Sisu.
Yes, because it's simple and elegant. In the Norwegian movie,
Elegant. There was blood flying everywhere.
in the Norwegian movie, you spend the first part of the movie just hating all the characters and waiting for them to die, and then you spend the second half of the movie watching them die, which
Yeah.
is okay, satisfying in a way, but there was nothing heroic about the characters.
No,
Really?
no, okay, but this guy had a lot of heroism. As a matter of fact, he should be.
Well, he just wanted to move a house. It's not like he's curing cancer.
Yeah,
But
no,
it is-
but let's show the different ways we can stop him and wonderful aerodynamic tricks from the air. No, so Karl absolutely loved it. He said, look, they're going to beat him up again. He's going to totally defy them. It's going to be awesome. Like, can he just get there already?
You understand that the movie ends when he gets there and builds his house, right?
Yeah, so it could have been done in like 5 minutes, but no. So anyway, this is Karl getting back at me for making him watch the Viking Norseman movie from 1978 or something, starring the $6 Million Man. Or so there you go. Anyway, so now we're gonna have to find
Should
some.
you do this as kind of a system?
Well, we did do this for a while, but
No, but every time you forces me to watch something stupid, I'll retaliate with something like this.
I spent most of the time looking this way instead of at this screen, though, because I'm like, oh man, they're gonna pop his head like a zit. I don't want to watch it.
That was also kind of funny because every time it looks like something extremely bloody is going to happen, she looks away so she doesn't know what happens, and then I have to explain it to her.
Did they just pop his head like a zit? Yes.
So it is the main character is in a railroad wagon, and one Russian goes in to check on him, and she's expecting him, and then you hear some noise from inside the wagon, and then another Russian is opening a little slot to look in, and she is expecting him to be immediately stabbed in the face, so she turns away.
I was like, ugh.
And then I see watch and giggle, and then she goes, "What happened?" And I go, "Yeah, no, he just weekend that Bernie is the first guy he killed, so that the other one is coming into the wagon now."
So clearly he enjoyed this movie. He
I loved it.
It was horrible. It was torturous to watch, but I guess I had it coming. So do we have to watch Dead Snow 2 now? Because I think we can. I can find some seriously good Viking movies for you to watch.
I think Dead Snow 2 would be as bad for me as it would be for
We
you.
did watch it. I made you watch Troll Hunter, I think. Yeah, the Troll Hunter 2.
You watch Troll. Troll Hunter is something else.
Oh yeah, Troll Jäger. No, what was it called?
Trolljägern is something else. You have Troll 1 and 2, and then you have Trolljägern, which
Okay.
is something else.
I'm forgetting what's the difference because I'm only thinking of 1 and 2. But what's the Troll Hunter one?
That's where what's his name? Otto Jespersen is
They're in Norwegian, by the way.
hunting trolls,
Yeah.
and some journalists are following him around. One of them lied about being a Christian, and the trolls can
Yes.
smell Christian men's blood.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the first one.
No, I don't think
Maybe
they are
that's different.
actually
Maybe I'm mixing
connected.
it up.
The troll movies it's like somebody with half of Vemund's competence have discovered that CGI is a thing.
And for those who don't know who Vemund is,
Vemund is a computer guy, also a Viking, but he is actually good with computers. So he would have easily, if you could get him to focus on it, you could get him to make a much better movie than both of the troll movies alone.
yeah, Albert liked Troll Jäger.
Trolljägern is okay.
Troll Jäger was Troll
Troll
Hunter.
1 and Troll 2 is... It hurts my brain, particularly in the second one, because
I
they are
liked it.
also fucking with Viking Age.
But the
which
trolls.
is-
They had trolls.
Yes, they had CGI trolls.
They had trolls.
Now this is one of the areas, and
But the troll one's in Norwegian, but I think you can watch it somewhere.
it absolutely pains me to say this, because
Maybe Netflix?
even the Swedish make consistently better movies than the Norwegians.
Speaking of Norwegians who like to make fun of the Swedes.
We are just horribly bad at it. On very, very rare occasions, Norwegian manages to make a good movie, but I have no idea how that happens because it's such a rare occurrence.
I was gonna say, yep, nope, they're agreeing with me for the most part. Troll Hunter was good. Troll Hunter or Troll Jäger, same movie. Love Sika says, more plot and less death, because if so, I'd give it a watch.
If you have a good plot, okay, but...
No, the Troll Hunter one, did that have more plot, less death?
The Troll Hunter is a good movie because it's kind of a parody of... it doesn't take itself super seriously. The Troll movies kind of take themselves seriously in a really stupid way, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. But Sisu 2, more plot, less death? I explained the whole plot. Sorry. Sorry for the spoiler alert, but that's all he's trying to do is move his flippin' house.
Yeah, no, it's a very simple plot.
That's the whole thing.
But would it be any better if you had some kind of triangle drama with two women that was super interested in him?
Maybe a little less head squishing.
He squishes as many heads, but not in this alternative movie, you have some kind of love triangle going on. Would that make it better, you think?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. He's got a bit of a James Bond type or Mission Impossible type fantastic way about him, too. In some of the stuff he pulls, like, I don't know, the end sequence with the train, which I'm not going to mention. That was fucking hilarious. Part of it was really hilarious. I mean, if it's just... If anything can go wrong, you know, he's just... No, so this is where he's even starting to see the humor in it. He, as in Sisu. He just wants to walk from this carriage to that carriage without waking anybody up. And that's all I'm going to say. It just did... Well, let's just say... That was actually funny. That line was pretty good. I did have to look away a few times, though, because you knew it was going to... Oh, jeez. Anyway... who would win in a fight? Asks Novia, Sisu or John Wick?
Sisu.
Sisu.
It wouldn't even be much of a contest.
No, because Sisu just can't die. They've tried. He just doesn't die.
He survives.
He looks like Freddy Krueger pizza face in the end of the movie. But
in these movies that one thing I can say for the John Wick movies is that as over the top as they are kind of realistic when you get to the bottom, when you kind of get to the nitty-gritty of things. This guy gets shot, blown up, falls from great heights, drowned, gassed,
G-force,
put on fire, whipped. Everything happens to this guy and he just doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to move his house.
Nope. So I gotta say, in that case, he would beat John Wick though, because he pretty much should be. It's just so bad. Well, Privy Sarvi says, okay, Swedes have made something good. Just love the Wallanders.
Yeah.
I gotta get it. Yeah.
It's a simple concept. You try to make a crime show that actually makes sense and is a crime show. Not weird triangle drama and politics. And they pulled it off pretty well. We just can't do that in this country to save our lives.
No. Okay. I have to show candy because I want a candy munch. Let's see, and then we'll catch up. We got to catch up on chat. I have been horrible at looking at chat today. Okay, so Norwegians have an obsession with making their snacks for hiking. That's all they need to go for. A trip in the mountains, and you have to have it. So this is the tour mix, or the tour, as in going through the woods, kind of a tour blend. It's got, what is this little chocolate ball thingy there? It's got like, it's almost like a Whopper, but not quite.
If it was
we don't have Whoppers in
American
Norway.
Products, it would probably be called camping mix or something like that.
Yeah, camping mix would be good. Yeah, that could be it.
It's not when you are walking to the store. That's not a tour.
No. It's like hiking.
But if you say spend a whole day in the woods, that's a tour. You
Yeah.
don't have to sleep over. So
That
it's
would be
not
camping.
actually camping.
No,
but,
so I'd say hiking. Yeah, so it's a hiking mix. Not, yeah. Anyway, but it's got raisins in there, and it's got little dried dates in there. I think this has a little bit of toffee inside, and peanuts and cashews. So this is pretty safe candy. Trail mix is a good name for it, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, but it seems to be that your candy has to be involved with hiking.
And chocolate and salt.
And chocolate and salt, yeah. So
Yeah,
can you eat this if you're not going on a hike?
I eat it all the time.
I know, but that's your idea of exercise?
Not really, but I like it.
Yeah. So that's what this one is, and Polly is a peanut, and
And that's the Norwegian
trail mix in the States, yeah.
brand name for peanuts.
Yep.
Basically.
But no Chex Mix cereal has been added to this, or crackers. It's just... Okay, there it goes. It says chocolate riskula, which is a chocolate rice ball. But there's no rice, and it's like the puffed rice kind of thing, I think.
It is puffed rice, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit like a Whopper, but not quite. And then there's Rosina, which is raisins, looking this way. Chokoladebitter, which is a chocolate bite, but I think there's a little bit of toffee in there. Cashew nutter.
Don't think there is toffee in this one.
I thought there was, but maybe you're right. And peanutted, which is peanuts. And I did not say penis, I said peanuts.
I don't.
Also, polyturmix nøtter og sjokolade er en supergod mix av salt og peanøtter, sjokoladeriskuler, rosiner, cashew og sjokoladebitter av beste kvalitet. Polyturmix are perfect når du skal kose deg i hverdagen eller i helgen, enten du er hjemme eller på tur. Okay, so according to this, Polly says that it's okay that you eat it at home. Polyturmix nuts and chocolate is a super good mix of salted peanuts, chocolate puffed rice balls, raisins, cashews, and chocolate bits of the best quality. Polyturmix is perfect when you're going to kose deg. There's the word kos, the Norwegian word kos that does not exist in English, but the English love to have this word in their home. Kose would be the verb.
You can translate it to German,
There
but you
it
can't
is.
translate it to English.
No, that's true. There it
The
is.
German word
Can't
for
get it to
koselig is gemütlich.
Yeah.
Gemütlich, I believe.
It is not. There it goes. The bottom word there on the left. Yeah. It's kind of like snuggle, but you're not snuggling.
It's
You just want to sit down with a bowl of chocolate. Okay, anyway, in everyday life or in the weekend, or whether you're at home or on a hike. But yeah,
closest translation would be something like cozy, but it's not the same.
it's not the same. No, it's like
Because-
being cozy.
When an American says cozy,
Yeah, that's
you
what nobody was
imagine
guessing.
something like somebody snuggling up with a big warm blanket or something like that.
Yeah.
But koselig in Norwegian might be that you are talking with your friends, you are doing something that is...
So he has it. He koser seg. He is having a cozy time. This is kos. Not quite cuddle, not quite cozy, but and it's a verb. It's something you do. But kos would be something you could say kos deg, as in
I should probably release the little pagan on
the
parole.
little place pagan on parole. Okay, then so I'm gonna open this one up, and then Karl can eat this one. This one is his girlfriend deflection candy, because if I'm really desperate, I will pick out the pieces that I like. Actually, this doesn't have little figs in here or dates. That's the different one.
And normally I find something you actually like to be the girlfriend deflection candy, to keep you away from the things I actually like.
Yeah. Well, if you would just eat it faster, we wouldn't have a problem. Because I didn't want it when I opened it, but now that you mention it. So naturally, it looks a little bit worse than it does on the picture.
Too warm, maybe?
I put her by the fire to be snuggly. For a kose seg. There you go. So I will eat this piece. And I will eat this one. Nope, it's just chocolate. It does have a bit of a caramel taste to it, though, this chocolate. And I will eat the nuts, but I won't touch the raisins. I'm just not that desperate. But Karl loves this stuff. But then we go on to Norwegian hiking candy number 2. The most famous one of all. Quick lunch. Quick lunch means quick lunch. This is Norwegians. This is why they're so skinny over here. This is their idea of lunch. That's it. This is their whole lunch. You can even win some wool underwear, long underwear. You can win devolved long underwear. I don't know. Those will be warm and comfy. Yeah. Okay, but this one is really close to a Kit Kat in my opinion. There we go.
I believe it's actually a Kit Kat.
It's almost the same, but not quite. I think Kit Kat has one ingredient that this one doesn't. But it looks almost identical to a Kit Kat. It looks like that. But it has a bird on it instead of little Kit Kat writing. Oh, this is going to be melty.
I don't know if it was this one.
It's a little different, though. You don't see the layer.
There is one of the famous Norwegian candies that is actually a straight-up copy of an American candy with another name.
Mm-hmm.
Because the American guy who invented the candy and became a multi-millionaire many times over because of it.
Yeah.
He served in Norway a little bit at the end of the Second World War. So after the Second World War is over, he was in Norway to basically help with disarming of the Germans. And he was so enamored with Norway that he just didn't really care. So when Freia Chocolate asks him for a license to produce his candy, he basically answers, "Oh, you're Norwegian? Yeah, no problem. You can just produce it with no license. I like Norwegians." Because our market is so tiny that he just didn't care, and he, well, likes Norwegians.
I was catching on the chat. The chat was kind of funny. Your sister Kaya is here. She says, "Oh, you eat it piece by piece? I just throw it in my face." Yeah, if you ever want to piss off an OCD one, you eat these like this. You know, because it's like eating the kick. No, you gotta like.
Very traditional and typical Norwegian thing to do is that when you go skiing, you have one or two of those and one or two oranges in your pockets.
Yeah, you guys. No, not oranges, but clementines.
No oranges.
Oranges, okay.
Traditionally oranges. Clementines might be nowadays with the newfangled hippie generation, but traditionally oranges.
Annetta says white chocolate Kit Kats are divine. That is actually one that came, I think, to United States after I left, but I've seen it and I've had it, and anything with white chocolate is really good unless it's got a raisin in it. And then I'm happy. Can you knock him off the table, please? Cats are not allowed on the table.
White chocolate I used to eat as a kid was the Kinder Egg ones.
Yeah, those are good. It's a Kinder Egg. You can't
Obviously, you don't have those in America.
No, we're not allowed to have them in America because kids might swallow them or something. Just don't give them to a little kid. But they do make a little bar version of it where it's got white chocolate in the inside. Okay, but Quick Lunch decided to up their game. So now you can get a Quick Lunch bite with a hint of salt.
You know what? I'm willing to bet money that this is going to be gone in the air.
Why?
Because they are messing with the classic.
They are messing with the classic. That is the classic. This is the...
So unless it
open
is
it for me.
super brilliantly, horrendously, beyond all belief, mind-blowingly good, you won't find this in the air.
No, it's good on ice cream, though, we found out.
This?
Yeah, these little drops. So we're going to mix it all up in there. There you go. They're a little big to have on ice cream, but they're actually good on ice cream. But it actually, I think
like
it has...
puffs.
They look like puffs. This does not look like the picture. I think they're misrepresenting it here. And see those layers in there? I don't think we'll see that. I don't see any layers. Have you seen the Eastern European chocolate bar made with blood? Holy crap, what the hell is that? That sounds very Romanian.
That sounds interesting.
These are a little bit more caramel-like. A little bit of caramel flavor. No, I have not seen those, but that sounds really creepy, Peruta.
This bed is actually okay as long as you remember not to smell it.
Are you sure? Because my hair is... I mean, I mean, I haven't even brushed it yet. That's why it's all stringy.
It is
Look at the
surprisingly
gray.
similar.
I told you, you idiot! You're smelling my wet hair. You're
No,
smelling
I'm
my
not.
shampoo.
It's just a coincidence, but this.
No, that does not smell like my hair. Thank the fuck. Not for kids. Caramel, 3 syllables, says PJ. Laugh out loud. I'm sorry, where I come, we say caramel. Caramel, not caramel. Caramel's British. No, actually, I think US is pretty split on that, too. But my part of the United States, we say caramel. Unless, I don't know if there might be something different that has the caramel pronunciation, but maybe. I don't know. And I've been known to call it caramel on occasion, but I think it depends on the use.
Is there any hope for
saying
peaceful
caramel.
coexistence between
Nope.
the two of you?
And then you have caramel with a K in Norwegian, and two L's, and that is pretty much any kind of a toffee candy. It has nothing to do with chocolate or caramel, but they call them karameller. There, that's a Carla, the little one I was pissed off with this morning. This after when we just started, not this morning, but okay. What kind of blood? Ew! Torben wants to know what kind of blood. Novia says, ew! And then you've got Radisby the Swede over there saying, I need to try it.
I think that sounds interesting.
I'm having more of these, though. The Kit Kat bites are good. Okay, I have to, let's see. Wellsbury says, no one can survive without the blue. You went too far. Let's see. Do you have a proper Karl Fazer chocolate, milk chocolate? We did have Fazer chocolate. Fazer mint chocolates. They had them when I was here. They're a little bit like an After 8, but it's Fazer, F-A-Z-E-R. Or we've been calling it Fazer, but...
So I mean...
yeah, because they had it when I came to Norway, but they don't anymore. I think you can find them in Sweden. But I noticed that I was looking up, out of curiosity, someone was wondering where to find Norwegian food in the United States. They were in Duluth. We said Ingebretsen, which is in Minneapolis. But then I'm looking at it, and it's like, it says Norwegian food, but it's a lot of it is Swedish and even Finnish on there. But of the candy they brought up, one of them was Fazer mints, and I was like, I forgot all about that those even existed. And then they had some brown cheese called Ski Queen, which I've never heard of before. But it is a brown cheese, so okay, I guess it is. But that's the kind of thing you'd have to make over there, I think. But anyway, but Fazer mints, sometimes they had liquor in them. Liquid. After 8 is also Karl Fazer. Ah, okay. Didn't even know that, but yeah, there you go. And then Karl found something that they made an Easter version of these. After 8 Easter egg, little egg ones. Those were good. You got those the other day. Oh, maybe it's 2 weeks ago now. So the other day was 2 weeks ago. But that was actually good. It just tasted like a dinner mint, but you can eat like one of those and you're like, ooh, I want another. And then you're like, I really should have had coffee. Oh, I have tea. I need tea. Karl. Distract. I need tea. I want to know how it is going with, what is his name? Otter the Beaver Butcher? That you talked about 2 weeks ago. You just mentioned Otter the Beaver Butcher, and I told you have to come up with the book, or The Adventures of Otter the Beaver Butcher. What have you come up with so far?
Now, my original plan was to make him a contemporary of Egil Skallagrimsson. Because then I have Egil Skallagrimsson and his running feud with Erik Bloodaxe as kind of a backdrop. But I've gone away from that idea, and I want to make him active a little bit earlier. Because in the time period from about 830 to 860, you have most of the really big Viking raids in Europe. And then I can send him down there, and because there are little sources, I'm free to basically write whatever the hell I want. That would also make a contemporary of Harald the Finehaired. So the unification of Norway and all this can be a backdrop to his beaver butchering.
Have you come up with any adventures for him yet?
I think I want to send him to the Iberian Peninsula.
Okay. In search of beavers?
No. That's the beaver thing. I think we'll put that in the north of Norway / into Finland.
Is that because all your ex-girlfriends ended up in northern Norway? You've decided the beavers
No.
need to be butchered?
It's because that's where the Vikings traditionally hunted animals like beavers.
Okay. So, how old have you decided that Otto the Beaver Butcher is going to be at the beginning of your story?
Well, let's make him about the same age as Harald the Fine Haired. Maybe a little bit younger.
Okay, and that would be how old for those of us who don't know too much about Harald the Fine Hair? Harald Hårdrade? No, that's not the right one. How the hell do you say fair hair again in Norwegian?
Hårfagre.
Hårfagre. Okay, I got it. There we go. I was in the right way. Anyway, how old is he going to be? Honey. Set is sand. Did he kill a lot of beavers or one really big one, asks Torben. Yeah. That's a good question.
Here is what I'm thinking, Torben. The Vikings like double meanings behind words. So, for instance, Harald Harada is called Harald Harada because he's a rough ruler.
Do a dance, Karl.
And also because he is hard to advise. Hard to råda or advise in Old Norse. And both of those things are true, so his name is kind of perfect because it means both things. And since...
Sorry, I'm reading chat.
People were probably not shaving their beavers in the Viking Age.
That answers Nolvia's question. Is he a man or an otter?
The beaver butcher can butcher both kinds of beavers.
So seriously, you're gonna send this, considering your other use of this shaving. Older the Beaver Butcher is gonna go to the north of Norway. That's where all your ex-girlfriends are.
I
see where this is going here. He's
we
not
let
bitter.
him get his name in the north of Norway. Then we let him get into a conflict with Harald the Fine-Haired, so he has to leave Norway for a while. And then we send this crazy nymphomaniac to the Iberian Peninsula for a while.
Yeah.
Then he gets to interact with both Muslims and Christians and get really confused.
Yeah. By the way, Welsperservi says, famous comic, Hager the Horrible. What is Hager the Horrible in Norwegian? Because he does exist here. He is in the comics here, by the way. Oh my god, you cannot stop him.
Horek, den hardbalden.
Horek, yeah. Then Hardballen?
Hardbalden.
Hardballen. I thought you said hardball.
And that is the correct direct translation.
Okay, no, he's just supposed to be horrible. Torben says, in the film with Otter Beaver Butcher, all Vikings should have horned helmets. In Horek, then Hordbalne, he writes. You have to see it in staff chat. Or not in staff chat. In chat, in YouTube chat. All of a sudden, I was about to say, I was about to say Hastu had fucked his way up and down the Norwegian coast. Adding battery. Let's see. There we go. So that could be. But he only butchered the ones up north.
If we put him in the mid-800s, he can fuck his way everywhere.
Not for kids. No, we really aren't for kids. Max says, I see yesterday morning I heard a red-tailed hawk. Usually it's a symbolic sign of my younger sister watching over everyone. Now, how would you put this into... Could you have one of those in Otter's story? A red-tailed hawk? So that he could...
Depends on the distribution pattern. I don't know.
PJ says she's back. She accidentally closed the browser. You missed everything. We're done now. No, I'm just kidding. We got some more here. I should go up, by the way. There's a lot of people here. See, who else have we mentioned? I saw Outer was here. Outer was funny, by the way, in the very beginning. I wrote, we were talking about the weather or something. And I was mentioning that today it was actually nice enough. I was able to walk to work in just a hoodie. And then I realized Torben would read that wrong, so I said I had pants on too, by the way. And then Outer comes back. She says, "Good for you, Karen. My biggest accomplishment today was putting on my underwear and eating ramen noodles." And I'm thinking that was my previous 2 days, actually. Quite literally. We have a water back, by the way. The water came back 2 days ago. Did you figure out what that was, or do you have a story there? Robert Reynolds is here too, by the way. Puro is here. Scotland, we're everywhere. Poland. It was my grandson's 3rd birthday party last weekend. My son was doing as much as possible in the kitchen. In other words, hiding, laugh out loud. Yeah, because Torben just got through a 5-year-old birthday party. 5 and 6-year-old kids running around everywhere. I was remembering what that was like. Let's see, I'm kind of lipping through here. Oh, and Osman is here, by the way. He says, "Love from India to a wonderful Viking Valley." Yay! I have his cup. You have to have tea when eating chocolate.
I kind of hope
so
these ones survive because they're actually pretty good.
But
I don't think so.
No, but seriously, they're almost like a little too big to put on ice cream, but they're just, you know, if you could cut it in half, it'd be perfect. But they're good to have on it with ice cream. But it's I don't know. It's not. It's a little. There's something a little bit different between those and the regular ones. The sticks, something different. I do not see the layers in that. Okay. Let's see. Love Sigu is here, by the way. Hello from California. Bad kitty, behave. Love your scarf. Thank you. This one's actually easy to make. I noticed that. Okay, we have the reaction now, or the result of Kaylee's or Keela, her video going viral. Her little York reel went viral, and I think she's got over 8 million views on it now. But you're kind of seeing the backlash of it, which is quite cool. So her sales spiked, which was awesome. But we also have anybody who's got a needle binding group on Facebook. You can see that there is like a spike in the amount of people that are coming in, the amount of people that are new. And a lot of them come with crochet and knitting backgrounds, and they want to go back and forth, which is how this one is made, by the way. This is knit, not null bound, but it's back and forth. You just increase. I can kind of see it here. It's long. There you go. You just increase on one side only, and then until you use up half your yarn, and then you decrease on one side down. This was some expensive yarn. I bought 2 skeins and literally increased until I ran out of one skein, and then I decreased until the other one was done, and it's called a Baktus shawl. But they want to try, I don't know how you would do that in needle binding anyway. You'd have to needle bind back and forth, and a lot of people don't realize them because when they're new to it, that it's actually easier to null bind and tube and to cut it instead of going back and forth and back and forth, because you could get your end to go crooked quite unintentionally anyway. You would have to like really count, etc. And sometimes you can't just turn. You could either turn the work and try to go back, but if you want to try to go back without turning the work, that is easier said than done. There are popping up some more videos on it, but I'm actually really pleased to see that a lot of these people with a really strong fiber background not only got the hang of null binding, but managed to do it back and forth, one way or the other, figured it out on their own. And one of them totally invented a new stitch. She found, that's one thing you got to realize too with all the needle binding videos, they're not all doing the same stitch. There are as many stitches as there are ways to tie a knot, which is why we're having the whole stitch of the month thing to kind of bring them out. Oh, there goes the cat.
She's drinking water and yelling
at the same time, so it comes a whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyhow, but I was gonna say sometimes you'll get like this looped edge on there, sometimes you'll get a carried one, but it was quite impressive. But there was this one person, she watched the same video, I think it was literally a year ago, February last year. The stitch of the month was one that was only referred to as by the code UO or whatever. It was an unnamed stitch, because I found a video on YouTube and she just says, I'm null binding, but it doesn't say what stitch she's using. And as you're watching her, she's doing this almost like a Danish stitch with an F1B1 connection, the front one, back one. It's a really weird connection anyway, but it made such a neat thing out of it. You can look at pretty much any video from that week last year, and just one of our video, and then just fast forward till you see yarn to see what it looks like. But she wanted to go back and forth because that's what you do, and she didn't go back and forth like a typewriter. She went and turned and went around. So she went and she did her cast on. She did her cast on just like York, the York cast on, which was fine. And then when she decided to turn, she did what she was seeing in the video, but it's going in the opposite direction. So she tried to take the same technique but apply it to going this way. And I was trying to figure out how in the heck would you call that? We got angle on here. What the hell do you call it? And it was something like half York upside down with an F1B1 or something. It was a really weird way of explaining it. But she put some videos on there so you could see. And this one would be a bit too complicated to try as a stitch of the month. And I didn't even know idea what you would call it because it's actually a mix of 3 stitches. So she does York as a chain to start. Then she does this upside down thing on the way back. And then she turns and she does this one that we've seen in that other video going this way. And then she does the backwards thing again. So it's like 1 row to start and then 2 different stitches kind of switching. But it made this really, really cool effect. So I kind of want to try it, but I realized my focus has got to be there for this one because the last time I tried just that regular stitch in February, I screwed up like 3 or 4 times and ended up having to embroider the hat to hide it. It sold right away though. But anyway, so it's really quite cool to see with this new wave of people that a lot of them are managing to pull off the back and forth and they're creating new stitches without realizing it. So I like it. It's a lot of fun to see. Carla, come here. It's not a seagull. It's a Siamese cat. Oh, yeah. So then I find out a bunch of AI books. Yep, there's even more AI books on needle binding, which is absolutely kills me every time. There's one with knitting needles and a knitted piece of work saying null binding for beginners. And then there's another one that shows a crochet hook in one picture. And then another picture, a whole array of these crochet hooks that you can use, but they don't have the hook on them anymore. They managed to like file them off in the AI photo. So we've decided these are null binding shanks for extreme null binding. But they have like this handle on it that you wouldn't be able to push through your work. So I don't know what in the hell the AI thinks they're doing. Anyway, we're having fun on it. And then there's one where it almost looks, it's like master null binding. It calls master null binding. Or null binding, whatever, and then it shows this fabric behind it. It almost looks like null binding, but if you null bind, you realize that's not actually a stitch. And then there are 80 pages, I think, in the book, and I was just having fun with this. I'm looking at the introduction, and it says something like, I think, yeah, it was like, what was it, 7 pages to get through the copyright. And then there was like 3 or 4 pages on preparing your workspace and having a safe workspace. So naturally I had to bring that up. How dangerous is a safety and stable work spaces and how do you set up? But how dangerous is null binding? I mean, the worst thing I think could happen is you sat on your needle and maybe it broke. That could be pretty dangerous. So I brought that one up. And what does your workspace look like? What is your stable, prepared? What does, I mean, this is it. This is your workspace right here. So, I mean, most people were posting a picture of their lap, which I thought that would, that's pretty much it. We did this in the international group, by the way. I thought it'd be too much.
You are stabbing towards my face every time you make a stitch.
You never sit on the right-hand side of a right-handed null binder.
It's not worth a chapter.
Yeah, but it's not dangerous to me. That's dangerous to you. That doesn't need to be...
Safety, it's safety, whether it's for you or everybody else.
And then you got Anne Moreau in there from Belgium, and she's like, well, it's addicting. You gotta warn them about that. Yeah, no, that's true, actually. Okay, I'll give you that. It is addicting. You might acquire too much yarn. No, so it was kind of fun to see some things that came up with anyway. And then Raymond Roberts on there, all the way from Upside Down. In Australia, he posts a picture of his space, and he has this nice little chair, and he's got his work sitting there that he's going to be doing, and in a little teeny tiny suitcase like thing with his little with his needles and his little scissors and whatever in there, so he could travel around with it. And then Nikki jumps right on board and says, "I like this suitcase. It's so tiny." And if you know, you can read it just like that. It's so tiny. And I see you every time I say that. And Raymond's like, yeah, but it'll fit in my bag. It'll be so great. And I'm like, it's so tiny. Only a Swiss Siamese cat breeder would love it. And do you want to go real quick on what the tiny is for anyone new?
I didn't tell that in the last episode.
But I gotta hear you say it's so tiny because only Karl can say it. I can't do it. You did tell last time, so you have to
Yeah. When I bought Carla, I bought her from a Swiss breeder that is really fascinated with small things. So we are driving around and he goes, oh, in this canton, there only lives about 92 people. They're all young and they're working, so they practically pay no tax. But here, come and have a look at their church. It's so tiny, it's so tiny.
See, only he can do the tiny.
And then he saw a sports car of some sort and goes, oh, those are Italian. They're really cool. It's so tiny, it's so tiny. And then there was extreme weather. Extreme weather by Swiss standards. So he has palm trees in his garden that are in these big earthenware pots. And they had blown over, so that's extreme weather by their standards. And that scared one of his cats into giving birth. So when we come home, he has these newborn kittens. And he goes and collects all of them and kind of holds them up like this and goes, oh, they're so tiny, they're so tiny.
So now you wouldn't know tiny was... But yes, safety hazards for Nalbinding. So I see we've got some in chat here, so we got to kind of put that one up. Anne Moreau says also you can choke on the wool while spitting. Now see, I just did a cardinal sin. I have chocolate in my mouth. Most of it is away. Maybe one more good sip of the tea here with honey. Not helping much.
You should also get the wool at least 40 meters away from the sheep before you start Nalbinding.
I didn't think about that. She's right about that. I feel the wool going in my mouth. The other one, the reason why my hair is always up, it's in my yarn. It's too long, needs to be cut. And then Lofsigi has one, tripping hazard on yarn. How many times have you tripped over my yarn?
It has happened, but it's not actually the yarn I'm tripping in. It's the big plastic boxes you put it in.
Yeah, that's true. So Nikki says, palm trees in Switzerland, never would have imagined. I wouldn't imagine that either, actually. But it wasn't until Nolvia and Roger took us around, not you weren't there yet, in California that I ever saw how they do Christmas down there when they don't have, the Christmas trees. No, so they're either all fake Christmas trees or they actually put lights on the palm trees, which I thought then I went to Florida, I think, around that time one year, around to Disney World as well, and they also had Christmas lights on their palm trees. I would have never thought of that, but it makes sense anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Smothering from owning too much yarn. That could do it.
That could be it.
That could be it. We're kind of drowning over here. Hector wants to know how often your hair ends up in your Nalbinding. There's a reason it's up. I just realized this is probably the second time it's been down this calendar year. It's usually tied up. No, it's constant. My yarn is my hair is in everything. However, that could be a good thing. When you are making socks, back in the day, knitting socks, though I suppose, maybe crochet and Nalbinding, whichever, but it is actually known in knitting. There is a knitting yarn you can get for socks nowadays that has a little bit of, I think it's like up to 15 or 25% maybe max of rayon in there because you need that little bit of a strength in there for the heels to not wear out. But another way that they would do that is by you could either use your own hair or you could use horse hair, but when you were going to do the heels, you would actually stick your hair in the work and do it intentionally to help keep it strong. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, but that actually is a thing. So there you go. If my needle... But another one, we call it, what is it, sharing my DNA? I think it was Virginia who had said, in 2,000 years when they dig us up and wonder how we lived in the 2000s, they're going to find our hair and everything and the things that we made. So that, there you go. There's the hair. So yeah, no, constantly. That's the reason why I wear my hair up. for the most part. That and it's too long. But if I cut it too short, then I'll have to style it, and that ain't gonna happen. Let's see. Torben says, that's why I don't Nalbind. I'm assuming he's talking about his hair issues. Let's see. Ooh, Albert made some rum and coke. That sounds good. Other ways that you could, danger factors of needle binding. Tom, we need a specific name for, or Torben, we need a specific name for the brown color required this week, Warhammer edition. Yeah, no, we do. What kind of brown would that be, Torben? Torben doesn't needle bind. He's here for the Karl, or the Warhammer addiction, or just an excuse to drink gin at home. But yes, so we decided there's a reason that he doesn't get to pick the color of the month, because it'll probably be something like nut spew white or something really stupid, and you'll think it's a name. So which color of brown are we using today, Torben? Technically any brown, and it doesn't have to be all brown. You can have some brown in it, but okay. Beige, says Outer. Beige is too boring, but beige is a brown, I guess, so that qualifies. He says, poked through the toilet paper beige. I'm gonna read that one from Karl. Do we accept this? Poked through the toilet paper beige. No, if you're not familiar with Warhammers, the little figures that you put together and then you paint them and everything, it's it's a cute little project for kids, right? He's gonna kill me. Anyway, but the paint colors, they're just like lead belcher gray, and they have all these really weird names on them. So that was one. Was it terrestrial green or something? So okay, poked through the toilet paper beige. I like Albert's eyeballs in chat. Christina's here. She says, can't wait to share the hair sock tip with my guild. It's true. Especially when you have hair that's this long. You know they buy hair like this now? I should probably just sell it, but it's so ratted at the end. But okay, yeah, when you have hair that's this long, you can, it's about I don't know, it's about a meter. Yeah, you can get some pretty good sock hood, sock heels made with that. But you would just take, I don't know, a couple strands in there. And then we have this thing here too, which has absolutely nothing to do with needle binding, but it's quite cool. This is another thing. I mean, they were not afraid of using hair. So I don't know if you can see that up there. This is, it's actually wire and hair. They loop the hair around the wire, and they get that. I don't know if I can tilt it up a little bit. There's a bit of a lens flare there. But that is 3 generations in my ex's family that have, he thought it was macabre. I cannot say that word. But I liked it. My kids liked it, so I kept it for them because it's a piece of history. But 3 generations of hair was used to make that. Not all their hair, but some of their hair anyway. And then there's like a long list of people who have inherited the picture after that, and how it got moved on. But that one they're using wire, and they're wrapping hair around it and twisting the wire wrapping and twisting to get that kind of. So but I also saw there was a video that was posted not too long ago. It pops up every once in a while. Somebody finds it and posts it in the Nalbinding groups, but where a lady is making these slippers that kind of go on the outside of your shoe, just this front part here, like a slip in a toe, and then you just kind of tie something around the back to hold it on. And I actually wished I had one last week, because you could, it was so icy I actually took off my shoes and walked in my socks down the path so I wouldn't wipe down on my ass, because the socks give you a bit more friction than the shoes did. But that's what those were for. It was so that you wouldn't slip on the ice anyway. But the lady, as she's making them, she's adding in, she's using with goat hair, but she has to add in some other hair, wool and other things to try to bind it together, so you could do the same thing with this one. Karl, come here. Yes. Nikki decided that we needed a Warhammer color for the brown, but not necessarily Warhammer, but a Warhammer-like name, not existing one. Could you come up with a brown? What would yours be? And I'll tell you what Torben came up with. Come over here so I can hear you. kind of brown?
Beastman brown.
Beastman brown? That's the best you can come up with?
I'm sure there is someone called that.
Probably, but if you had to make one up, I want to see if you can beat Torben.
Emperor's butthole brown.
Emperor's butthole brown. That would probably look a bit like this. Got a little bit of green in it, I suppose. No. He came up with... Oh my god, he came up with some more. I didn't quite read it. Let's see. He's come up with a lot more. I've been not paying attention to the chat. Okay, where the hell was it now? It was something like poked through the toilet paper beige. I think it... let's see. Suddenly I lost that on there, but I'm seeing some other ones. Unlubed doggy style brown. Speaking of. I don't have my Vaseline with me today. I don't know where it went. Yeah, there was poked through the toilet paper beige. Oh, so the unlubed one was first. I missed that one. Okay. Internal bleeding terracotta. I think that's the winner, but I don't know if that's brown. It might be more reddish. Let's see. Oh, speaking of the hair thing, Nikki says my kid inherited a hair bracelet from great auntie. I've actually seen that with also with horsehair though. That they'll do some horsehair braiding, and they'll turn it into bracelets. It's really quite cool. There's some all over Instagram. These little reels. Oh, Robert says, "Damn it, I'm gonna have to go. 8 o'clock start for me tonight." Oh, yeah. No, we got we probably about ramble on for about 30 more minutes, and then we should go. Time to change panties beige. Now I see this is a monthly changing color. It's not for kids. Oh, that's pretty gross. Okay, and then we're going on about the hair thing too, by the way. Oh yeah, in Warhammer, says Albert News, Warhammer is now doing away with Citadel as the name for their paint brand. Paint brand name, as they are just going to call them Warhammer, but they're keeping the color names. What do we think about that? Are you okay with that?
Makes no difference.
Removing the Citadel name. It's just going to be Warhammer paint.
Yeah, it's a thing that Games Workshop likes to do.
Yeah.
They rub themselves on something until it's theirs.
Because Citadel was a different company, was it not?
That I don't know. But it was a different brand because I understood that people were playing other miniature games in addition to Warhammer.
Yeah.
So things like Bolt Action, for instance, is not Warhammer.
No.
But White Dwarf, the magazine, used to be a magazine for all types of board games. But Games Workshop bought it, and then it turned into a straight-up Warhammer magazine.
Yeah, so there's also this army, some company with a red logo, or red background and a green logo or something, army painting, whatever, that you could buy their paints as well, but that's not Citadel.
Yeah.
Is it sacrilege to use something? There's my hair is...
No, as long as it works, it doesn't matter. We bought our first paints at Fargerike in Sogndal.
Ah, okay.
It's, that was absolutely not great.
I heard about how that turned out, those painting. As a matter of fact, weren't they Hobby Lock from Panduro that you used? Because that's what I used to paint my paintings, but that's my kids' painting.
Fargerike isn't Panduro, but they might have the same types of paints for all I know.
I was gonna say, I don't think I would use that one on there. It's an acrylic paint. But a little different. Deli Belly Earth Shade. I kind of like Deli Belly.
Disturbing little fucker.
So then there was some other hair stuff on here. That's the color and consistency you get when eating street food in New Delhi.
You were laughing so much that I didn't really catch the last part.
No, I did, but he just wrote that bit now. That sounds similar to Montezuma's Revenge Memories. Not for kids. That's why we love you guys. Let's see. Then we're on the hair thing. Combined your hair and mine, said Audra. Ugh. Look, it's getting gray now. I mean, I don't know. I think it is pretty much just gray now. But it used to be that my gray... see, it's kind of doing this thing here now. I'm starting to get the Cruella de Vil thing. I think maybe that's just light. It's hard to tell. It's all dusty hair. But it used to be that my gray was coming up here, so you could only see it when it was down. But when I had it up, then people were surprised at how gray it was when I took it down. But now I see we've got the... oh, yeah, I could be... I could work for a newspaper on Spider-Man. You, on the other hand, you look gray when your hair is this way. Oh, you get older, but then when your hair is this way, it's darker.
Finally, the little pagan calmed down.
The little pagan calmed down. Let's see. Where else? There was some more hair stuff in here. You can do voodoo on them with a hair sample. Hey, that could be fun. Time to change the panties page. Why do they have to be panties? Why can't they just be, you know, like tidy whities or something? Make it a guy thing. I could have shedded my hair for some yarn like like our ancestors used millennia ago. Says Max. By the way, hi Max. Let's see. Christina says I'm gonna have to start saving Chuck's hair. Yeah, you can make lots of stuff with it. I did save a chunk of Karl's hair when we had to cut it off. He was like down to here anyway, but I had to cut it pretty short because it was too tangled in the back to get to. But the long pieces I saved because he's got this. Wouldn't that make a really pretty yarn? Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on your hair here. I mean, I would love to knit a sweater out of that, to be honest. Just keep growing it, my little lamb. Does that qualify as a danger to Nalbinding? Start seeing everybody's hair as a fiber?
When we had Afghan hounds, when you brush them, a lot of hair comes out because they are shedding like crazy. And one of my father's nieces wanted all that hair because it's kind of like Angora pelt, Angora wool. So she spun it into thread and made something of it, but I don't know what.
No, but I only want this part. This I can't do anything with. It's tobacco stained. But this stuff.
Everything is tobacco stained.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's his fault, by the way. I don't smoke. It might be cancer skin tone. Torben! That is...
I think he's had some gin today.
He's had some gin today. I'm like, that is so politically incorrect. Welcome to the days of witchdom, says Anne Moreau. That's right, I'm going witchy now. Maybe I will have to wear it down all the time. It's getting also very dry and fuzzy at the bottom too, but you can't see it because there, it's starting to, I don't know. If I want it all to look even again, I'd probably have to cut it to here. Ashroom! My kid is here. Hello, I'm studying, but thought I'd say hi. Hello, Mom needs to pay attention. Laugh out loud. Don't go anywhere. Got a cat. Okay. Where did he go?
I'm on right here. If
That's
helps.
not the cat. Alex wants to see her cat.
Oh, it's Alex.
It's Alex.
So I woke you up for no reason, and now you're going to run around in small circles and scream at me?
Scream like a seagull. That's okay, your sister's watching. Maybe she'll appreciate the difficulty we're going through.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, watch out for my ass. There we go. Say hi, Fuzzy. Say hi to Alex. And Alex says, by the way, hi, Carla. No, Fuzzy. Pay attention. It's this cat. She can like her. There, she says, Fuzzy. So if you haven't noticed in the chat, oh, Fuzzy does not. Flippin'. Okay. Back to Carla. Say hi, Carla. No, and then Zilly's over there sleeping. What are you saying? Anything about this channel is PC? Says Torben. Nope, not for kids.
I don't think we're even trying for that.
Speaking of kids, mine is online, but otherwise it's not for kids.
Well, your kids are 17.
They're 17. Yep, they turned 17 about a half a month ago. I got candy, Alex. I sent her some money for something recently. I forget what it was. Was it it was either a burrito or a cookie or a... It wasn't a boba this time though. They sent, anyway. She says, Fuzzy has better plans like sleeping. Unfortunately, you're right.
What Fuzzy and Silly has been doing for the last hour is to lie on the high ground and look at Karl with judgment in their eyes. Because she is doing hot laps.
Yeah, she is. And then Nikki says, quite right, sleeping with cat earplugs. No, that's true. Actually, that when she's really vocal at night, then I have to. But luckily, it's not every single day, but it's like once in a while she gets really, really vocal, and it's like, have to. I just have to. I couldn't get through the last 3 nights without it. But she seems to be getting a little bit more quieter. And then Kaya puts in the chat 3 emojis. You got to see. Little. It looks like kitty, kitty, kitty. And different. This one has spots. Novia says, brown blood sausage chocolate bar. That's a good color. Always a cauldron, she says. Outer sister Radisby. Radisby said, very witchy vibes indeed, especially since your teacup looks like a cauldron. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Osman made it. No, it's based on, I want to say Bohuslän, but I forget where these are from.
From Denmark somewhere.
Denmark, yeah.
So it's...
the original, the ones that these are based on.
Yeah.
This is the microwavable and
if I
dishwasher-friendly version.
It's Roman Iron Age, not Viking, but...
Could be. I have to look it up, the actual find. Some of them will have stamping along here, too. They'll either have just simple rings, or they'll have like a stamp of some triangle pattern or something, or just lines. There's a bunch of different versions of them, but I like mine. Alex says, okay, I need to get back to do some science. Do you think you could send over some some sleepy time tea? I can't find any over here. Gotcha. I'm going to make a mental note that I need to send my kids some sleepy time tea. No problem. We used to call that the teddy bear tea. I think it was when Alex was really young. There's this Celestial Seasonings makes a whole variety of tea that actually don't have any caffeine in it. So it was like perfect for the kids when they wanted to have tea, that it wouldn't keep them all awake and everything. And then there's one with this cute little teddy bear sitting there reading a bedtime story, and it's called Sleepy Time Tea. And that has been my kids' tea ever since. Do you, and good luck with your science, by the way, Alex. The Deli Belly Earth Shade is pre-mixed for airbrush. You broke them. I have a vivid imagination. This is why I couldn't watch Sisu, and I don't know. All right, you don't get to pick the color of the month anymore. It's brown. We're coming up with new shades. Any shade of brown will do. Liking this Zora stitch. Started the second row, and it's nicer when it's stabilized in the second round. It is, yeah. The first, oh shoot, I already went 2 rounds, so you can't really see it. But the first row is kind of like a weird looking York in a way, but it's not. But I do notice that I have to constantly when I finish a row or a round, then maybe just kind of stretch it out a little bit to lock the loops into. But this is the way that I needle bind, I think. The way that I'm working the needle through the yarn. For some reason, Ann Decker would have this down to a science. She's amazing. But the way that I push it through, I don't know if I'm always good when you add other yarn to it. And there, not just hair, but other yarn. No, but the way I pull it through, for some reason, let's check out the dangers of null binding. Safety. No, but somehow, the way that I needle bind, it depends on the stitch, but in this case, it gets, this one especially, it gets these little raised loops in the back. And that does not give you a true idea of what the stitch looks like or the size. So to fix it, you just have to give a little tug and lock them into place, and then it works fine. Yeah, but I figured this one I thought Radisby would like for sure. It's because it's a bit of a denser stitch, and it's easy enough to do, but it's just like the opposite of Broden. Instead of going 3 behind the thumb, you're going 3 in front or off on your thumb. But it'll be fun to see. So anyway, my goal is to, if I take up the other one now, yeah, that's another thing I'll bring up. Okay, so anyway, my goal is to, other way around, start increasing here, 1 every row, as long as it fits anyway, until I get to the thumb, right about here, this part here. And then I'll have it that far for next week, and then we can see how we do after that. But only increasing up to here, and then I'll stop when I get to this point. Now, there's a reason to work these in tandem, not only if you're going to be doing multicolored yarn, but the reason you do in tandem, which basically means work 1 thread here, then work 1 thread here, is so that you get them the same size. You don't have to remember, you don't have to remember how many stitches you do, but also maybe you're a little bit more enraged today than you will be tomorrow when you pick up your Nalbinding. I don't know why, Kat, but if you're a little bit more enraged and you have more stress, and you're pulling your stitches really tight for some reason, they will be at least the same level of rage on each one at the same time, so it will be more of a matched set. But it's also to remember your increase is a little bit better. But yeah, seriously, due to your stress levels, the gauge of your Nalbinding can change. Or maybe you're, for some reason, starting to Nalbind a little bit more on the top of your thumb instead of the bottom. So yeah, so always work them in tandem, do a little bit on each one.
And this is not even an exaggeration. If you're needle binding and gossiping at the same time, she can read your needle binding and know approximately what you were talking about at which point.
I used to joke
I've seen her do it.
It's true. I would have somebody make a chain. As if I'm in a class, the first thing they do is making a chain. Some people will give them a chain and have them learn from there, but I kind of want to see them develop the chain. But you can kind of see, especially with a beginner anyway, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I can see by the scan here you're struggling a little bit, but you're quite relaxed. Here it started to get a little bit more tense and frustrated. And then here you started to catch on to it and relaxed a little bit more, but then you had like this big hiccup. I don't know what the hell happened there, but you were having some difficulty in your life. And then it kind of just clicked and everything went smooth. And then you forgot something and then it went smooth again. But you can kind of see it anyway. It's like looking at a spun piece of thread. You can kind of see, but you can also see what went wrong. Here you mixed up your loops, here you didn't. But yeah, but actually it's because for some reason when you're tense, you're really pulling on that yarn too much and it makes your stitches much tighter. But if you're relaxed, you might just only just tight it so much like that. And then but you can see the difference in your needle binding when I'm just like, Jesus, I must have been really tense here because I don't even need the needle tension. They went like from really nice and loopy to really tight. But yeah, there's a way to do it. So working in tandem will solve that problem because they will look the same. That's another thing about the tension too, though. I think I had been Nalbinding for about 3 years and I decided to make my kids some wrist warmers. And I never finished them. And I was doing them in Broden stitch, which is like, yeah, anyway. I was doing them in Broden stitch, and then I put it down and I forgot about it. And then I thought I'd pick them up and I'm like, you know what, maybe, no, they were socks. They were going to be socks. But then I thought, I'll turn them into wrist warmers. So I picked them up, same yarn, everything, continued the stitch. Then I noticed after 3 rows, it was like much smaller. And there's like no way in hell my kid's going to fit her arm through here, but she could here. I didn't decrease, so what in the hell happened? My gauge changed over time. So even after 3 years of needle binding, it was still managed to change around year 5 or 6. So I had to like pick them out and force myself to needle bind it much looser. Or that was kind of like a trick. But also, if you make anything that you have to make a pair of, socks, mittens, always do them in tandem. Another reason would be you don't have the dreaded one sock syndrome. Because for me, knitted, I have the dreaded one sock syndrome. If I'm starting to knit a sock or crochet a sock, I'll be really happy, get one done, and I'll be like, and that'll do. I don't feel like doing the second one, or I'm going to do it, but I just want to do something else, and then, no. So at least this way you'll be the same amount along. But yeah, so it'll fix your gauge, especially if you're working with color tones. If you're going to use up your leftover yarns to make a pair of socks or wrist warmers, those are the best socks and wrist warmers. As long as your yarn has the same thickness, for example, you can use whatever color you want, but take a length of it that you're going to use of one color and break it in half. And use 1/2 for this sock, 1/2 for that sock. And it might not be 20 stitches, it might be 21 stitches on the other, but it'll look like the same. So there you go. And then Karen fails, you ask them. Yeah, no, I might have failed a little bit here. I'm perfect. I needle bind perfectly. I do nothing wrong, except for when I do stuff wrong. Let's see, what else do we got here? Hector says he has the same problem with tension on his heddle weaving. I haven't tried to do that in a while. And then there's Outer going up and down saying, which? And a lot of fire. I'm missing something here. Is that so you don't put your foot in shit and squiggle your toes, making two wrong? My socks were washed yesterday. They've stretched weird. The mystical art of reading the loops. Yeah, it's true though, you can do it. But it's the same with spinning. There's that whole tale, that the thing that you could read the life or tell somebody's fortune. They have them spin a thread, and this is the Norns. This is a Norse mythology thing anyway. But they would spin a thread and then they would read it, and this is would tell the fortune of your life.
It's not exactly how that works.
No,
but
I think that it's just, if you want a smooth life and not a rocky, rough life, you better flip and make sure you spin that sucker good. Spin it really well, spin it perfectly. So I don't think it's really that they can read your life with it. I think they just want you to do better. Or be so afraid that if you spin bumpy yarn, you'll have...
The Norns are not reading your life, they're determining it.
They're determining life. Okay, so for those who don't know what Norns are, what are Norns? N-O-R-N. What's a Norn?
Determining your life by spinning your life thread and weaving it into...
Is it a witch? Is it a smurf? Is it a troll? What is a Norn?
Neither of those things.
What is it?
It's a category unto itself. It's not exactly a god, but let's say that the three Norns are destiny.
Are they destiny? Okay, where do they appear in the mythology?
Well, they appear in the mythology.
Did I stump you?
I don't know exactly where the sources are.
Would Otter the Beaver Butcher know where they were?
He wouldn't.
And would he listen to the Norns?
The sources are mostly written 300 years after he is well dead. So I wouldn't think he would have any relationship to the sources.
You should do both socks at the same time as knitting as well, says Rudy's. But yeah, that's actually quite true. Anne Moreau says, being a witch is being a wise woman with your own opinion, connected with yourself and nature. It has nothing to do with the Middle Ages version of it. Wearing this hair with pride. Next time it'll be up though, but anyway. Like the Greek fates, Karl?
Very similar, yes.
Very similar to that. Okay. So anything else we need to cover today before we go on to next week? Oh yeah, there was another thing with the AI book. It took 54 pages to get to the first loop.
Yeah, but you have to have your workspace in order. You have
to have your workspace in order, your safety
make sure that you're not needle binding inside of the Chernobyl reactor and all this.
Safe workspace. So it was really fun to see pictures of people's workspace. I kind of figured when I asked this question on there, show me photos of your stable workspace and accessories. I kind of figured that would generate a long response, so I didn't put it in both the needle binding groups. I put it just in the international group, so you can look for it there if you want. Later on, maybe I'll relive the adventure in the regular needle binding group to find out, but I figured there's no way I'd be able to keep track of both of them, but you got to check out those pictures if you want to see. It's quite funny. I think Audra wins for the most peaceful needle binding workspace. She's sitting in Bali, and I'm like, and she's got like a little needle project in her hand, but nothing, there's like no, she is the best at hiding her yarn, because I know that woman has yarn, but it was like nowhere to see, and there was like this beautiful empty shelves, and she's sitting on a bench and on the porch anyway, and just enjoying the palm tree nature, and I'm like, but where's the yarn? She's the best hider. Meanwhile, I can't hide my yarn, it's everywhere. E. coli dark wash. How about that one, Karl? Is that also an airbrush color? Equal eye dark wash. For brown.
Again?
Equal eye dark wash. Would that also be an airbrushing? Do you need to thin it out, or is it already thinned? I'm going to hell. Everybody has to pray for Nikki so that her needle will be found. Karl, you're doing this better than I do. Perform some sort of spell so that Nikki will find her needle binding needle. You can't lose the needle binding needle. That is a safety risk. Don't lose it.
You know what happens to man who does magic in the Viking Age, right?
No. Tell me.
Well, they are no longer men, they are women. You can do it safely. High status profession for you, low status profession for me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to cast spells, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, you're looking very pretty. Sexy, one would say. Go ahead. Tell a spell.
No.
No. I wanted you to do the audio na-na-na.
Clearly woman's work, woman.
He will never make it as a troll man. It's a knitting needle. You lost your knitting needle and not your null binding needle. Ah, well, then you should be null binding anyway. Well, she's looking. Is it F2 connection, please? I am doing F2 on this one, but you don't have to. You can use whatever connection you want, but in this one I'm using F2 because, which means you're taking one new one and old one when you connect to the previous row, like you can see on here. But this is mirrored for the left-handers, but I'm connecting to one new and one old before connecting to making the stitch. The reason I chose F2 is because for a stitch with 4 loops total, it seems a bit thick to have. It seems weird to do this big dense stitch and only have like one little loop connecting them on the bottom. So that's why I'm doing F2. But you can do whichever you want on here. It would be kind of fun to see what like something like a B1 would do, or back one, or front one, bottom one. Or from that kind of thing. Those different to see what they do, but I'm going to make, I don't know. I will say I want to make mittens out of these. There's definitely enough yarn to make mittens out of them, but we'll see how far we get by the end of the month. But I'll try to do just one step at a time. So this will be fun. But yes, I am using F2. If you want to be exactly like me. Okay, Torben, but you have to roast it. Jesus Christ, what are they talking about? Torben is one, is it the one, oh wait, no, farther up. He says, I will sacrifice a chicken for the lost needle, maybe a rooster. And then Nikki says, Torben, is it the one from Gudvangen because me and him have beef? Oh, that's what Albert says. Sorry, Albert said that. And then Nikki says, okay, Torben, but you would have to roast it. Torben says, no, Gudvangen is too far, but the neighbor has some nice ones. Oh, I bet he's real popular up in, in Hardanger. And then Nikki says, currently my workspace is a yarn bomb with several projects. See if I have time. All right, my workspace. We've seen what the current workspace looks like. And just because. But then we have the yarn pile right there. Yarn, yarn, yarn. Something I have to rip up yarn. One slipper, can't find the other one. I did make 2 though. There we go. Oops. I'm pushing the button and it's not working. Anyway, so yeah, no, always having stashes of yarn around.
I just quickly skimmed the Wikipedia page about the Norns.
Yeah, what'd you find out? Because we should get
apparently they are attested all over the place.
Really?
You have them in the Poetic Edda, the Prose Edda, the Skaldic poems, and in one runestone. And the runestone is like the gold standard because that's actually written by a Viking. So, yeah, no, they believed in the Norns. And as I said, I just skimmed it. But the phrase that keeps coming back is that the judgment of the Norns is both good and evil.
Oh. All right, so but they decide the fate. Now, if the Norns have decided your fate, can you change it?
I don't see that.
No.
I think...
You can't control your own destiny? It's all up to the Norns?
You can, well, not really. You have a destiny. You have a lagnad. It's already predetermined. But you don't know their determination, so you just play the hands you're dealt. The one thing you do have some control over is if you die good or bad. So the Vikings would kind of be fatalistic in a way, that if you see that you are surrounded by enemies that take no prisoners, you would go, yeah, okay, so that's what the god intended. Well, okay, let's at least make a good show of it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't intentionally put themselves in that position, but if they are in that position, they're less likely to freak out than many other people.
So now, when do you find out about the Norns telling you of your fate? Is this after you've already experienced everything and the Norns said, yep, just like I said it was going to be?
Exactly,
or,
yes.
Okay. That seems rather fixed.
Well, you have prophecies, that's the thing, because what the Volva and the Sideman would do is to basically look behind the curtain and see what the Norns have in store for you. So if they are good at their craft, then the prophecies will be true.
Yeah.
But you don't know if the prophecy are true or not until you die. So...
Okay, so it's not like a Harry Potter prophecy where they, like, speak the prophecy into an orb and then they store it so that one day when you get really curious you can go and find out if... That would be Godzilla.
He likes high ground, and Noah was clearly way the fuck up there.
They're way up there on top of...
I'm so glad I didn't sit in a testicular available position.
Audra just says, that! Nikki says, oh my god.
I can't wait to watch that one back.
Oh, definitely. But Karl immediately... No, are you... But his legs are more crossed than they were before we started. I don't know. He's in a very protective stance right now. Even got an extra hand on top just in case. Now you're wide awake, says Lovesing. Maggie, you're not wrong. That's what happens when you try to explain the Norn's fate. Yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Kaya says that's a message. That was a message from the Norns. And then the catnip kicked in, said Norbin. Okay, well, do you remember what you were talking about before the Norns just dropped their fate on you? I was talking about the Harry Potter prophecy orbs.
Now, prophecies in fiction
Yeah.
is one of the dumbest things I know about.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a running theme in many types of fantasy books that the prophecy says that when the moon is full, you will have to blah, blah, blah or die.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm completely immune to death until the moon is full. I should just seek out my enemy and try to stab him with a fucking knitting needle right now, because as long as the prophecy is true, I can't fucking die before the moon is full. But the prophecies in the sagas are a little bit more sneaky than that. So, for instance, when Håkon Sigurdsson Jarl and his thrall Kark is hiding under a pigsty because Olav Tryggvason really wants to kill him.
It's raining cats.
He is... Olav Tryggvason is basically standing somewhere close to the pigsty and proclaiming that there is a bounty on his head on this and that much silver. So Håkon has a little bit of a suspicion that that Kark is probably listening a little bit too intently to this. So he says something to the effect of, we were born in the same night and we won't die that far apart. Which turns out to be absolutely correct, because as soon as he goes to sleep, Kark stabs him to death and goes to Olav Tryggvason, and Olav Tryggvason is straight up horrified that a thrall would kill his master, even if he is the one that wanted his master killed. So he has him executed too. So they basically both die in the same, between sunrise and sunset the same day.
PJ says the prophecies in my book are nicely cryptic. I like that. And by the way, Karl said, did your pants get a splash of earth shade there, Karl? And then PJ says it was the blasphemy of talking about Harry Potter and the Narns. Where is the dogs? You need umbrellas. This couldn't hurt. Okay, there's one more thing I should check before we go. Let's see, first I have to switch the battery source because I see my computer is running low as well. There's something I have to show. I saw it on, I don't know, some Minnesota thing right before I logged in. And this is talking about roundabouts, if you're aware of roundabouts. In your part of the world, they got them in Duluth, I don't know, probably 15 years ago or maybe 20. Not too long after I left anyway. So this is one of the better things I see. Okay. Anyways, we love Minnesota, some group, blah, blah, blah. Roundabouts were introduced to Minnesota as a solution to traffic problems, and instead they become a polite standoff. I never thought about this. I always thought that maybe that, you know, how hard could it be to get used to these, but they're having issues anyway. So, but this one says, they became a polite standoff titled, No, You Go. The concept is simple. Yield, enter the circle, take your exit, keep moving. In theory, efficient. In Minnesota, a passive-aggressive ballot of hesitation. Minnesota drivers fall into two species. Category 1, the overly polite native. They approach the roundabout, see the other car half a mile away, and immediately slow down to let them go. And then the car slows down to let them go. Now both vehicles are stopped, windows up, eye contact avoided, because Minnesotan, each one politely waving to the other one through like it's a Midwestern duel of kindness, and no one enters. Everyone apologizes internally. Traffic backs up to the next county. Category 2, the winter survivor. They've driven through the blizzards, 2 ice storms, and 1 April surprise snowfall. We get those all the time. They don't fear the circle. They fear the black ice inside of the circle. I gotta say, this is a bit me here. They enter carefully, very carefully, because if you slide mid-rotation, you're not drifting, you're orbiting. And don't forget the winter roundabouts when the lane markings disappear under the snow, and now it's just a frozen guessing game. Is there 1 lane? 2 lanes? No one knows. We're all just following tire tracks and vibes. Signaling? Oh, we signal. Left, right, and sometimes both, just to be safe. Because nothing says Minnesota like aggressively communicating your intentions. But the real chaos begins when, and then I saved this one. Here's the second page. This is funny. Now we're going to zoom the hell out of this because, okay, well, let's look up here first, though. Someone stops inside the roundabout to let the other car in. A pickup truck with snow piled on the hood blocks all visibility. A cautious driver goes 7 miles an hour, while the person behind them thinks 12 miles an hour is a little bold. A newcomer from out of the state enters confidently and immediately regrets everything. Add freezing drizzle, gray skies, and deer watching from the ditch like it's a spectator sport, and you've got peak Minnesota traffic culture. MnDOT thought that, well, Minnesota Department of Transportation thought they were improving the flow. Instead, they built a circular courtesy contest, a rotating negotiation table, a frozen monument to after you. Roundabouts in Minnesota aren't dangerous, they're diplomatic, and we enter them daily. So think what you want of roundabouts. Actually, I do think they they actually keep the flow of traffic moving instead of the stop signs, which we have everywhere. But now, speaking of AI, what the fuck is going on in this picture? I gotta hold this still so you can see. There you go. For one, that's not a roundabout. I don't know what the hell that is, but there is a deer at the road. The car seems to have swung in, and let's talk about the guy in the white car here. He looks like he's about to fall through the side door. His arm is abnormally long. I don't know where his legs are and why is he driving from the back seat. But anyway, so I thought this was quite fun and I had to share this. For one, I never thought about people not being able to figure out how to do roundabouts because they're too damn polite.
Wasn't there some complaint in your neck of the woods that the roundabouts would cause tornadoes?
Yeah, there was another one. We didn't have any of them. They're tornadoes for they put the roundabouts in. That was not Minnesota, though. That's much further south. I forget what it was. I think it was somewhere Georgia or something like that. They were talking about that.
I've had tornadoes since Jesus was short pants.
Yeah, but they didn't have any tornadoes where they come from for they put in the roundabouts because all those cars going in a circle. That was one of, I don't know, maybe it was Kentucky. I don't know, somewhere south. Anyway, I thought that was quite funny. I've been watching too many. I've been listening to too many George Burns and the You Betcha guy, Charlie Burns. I mean, is his name, and they have a really fun podcast called "Bellied Up to the Bar." Anyway, so I don't know what you think about the roundabout thing, but Torben says the same roundabout culture as in Sogndal. But for the last point, Lasse plows through all the cars with a tractor, shouting profanities and flipping the bird. Is this true? Would you like to elaborate?
I haven't seen him in the roundabout. But back when we were making the Tidstyven the musical, I caught a ride from him from up by ALU, allmennlærerutdanningen, where they teacher basic building, and down to Sogningen Kulturhus. And his car was parked oddly up at ALU. So he couldn't turn it around, so he starts just reversing down the hill. And then he can't find a place to turn around, so he's swearing and driving backwards the entire way. It's, what, 1.5 kilometers?
Yeah.
City driving, backwards.
PJ says you want to see a confusing roundabout. Try the magic roundabout in Hempstead. Every exit of the big roundabout has its own mini roundabout. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that sounds...
What kind of tornado would that cause?
Category 5.
Definitely. And then Audra says, I often think that Norwegians don't even learn the rules of how to use a roundabout. Oh, it's fairly simple. It's just you kind of like hug the right until you have to leave, but use your signal when you're going to go right, but then you have to yield to the left, which is like weird for Americans because we always have to look right.
Yeah, Norwegians, my impression at least, is that we are not super polite drivers. We are a little bit more aggressive on the road than we are in day-to-day affairs.
Yeah. No, but I never really thought of that before. I mean, I've understood that getting used to a roundabout is kind of like a new thing, but it's really easy once you get the hang of it. But I never thought about the polite little Minnesotans. No, you go first. It's okay. If you did that, if you were going to let everybody in, it would never end. Nobody would move in.
The people behind you would get angry with you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the traffic would be backed up to the next county.
But isn't the whole point of Minnesota polite is to avoid the people being angry with you?
Yeah, but you don't want the guy in the middle to be angry. No, you go ahead. It's okay.
No,
and then you're in the roundabout and you're like, oh, no, come on in,
If you have 5 people behind you and you let somebody go in front of you that shouldn't, then you have 5 people angry at you instead of 1.
Yeah, but you can't see them. You can only see the one in front of you, so that's the only one you have to worry about.
You don't have rearview mirrors in Minnesota?
Doesn't mean we use them. No. That would not work in left driving countries. Yeah, no, because I mean, when you cross the traffic in the United States, you have to look left, right, and then but we have this no turn on right, or was it no right? Yeah. Anyway, you can take a right turn on a red light, I think sometimes, but there will be a sign some says no turn on right, and here you have to go in and turn right unless somebody's coming. But if they're not in the roundabout, you can get your ass in there right away. But no, they're coming. They might want to go in. So
I don't drive, so I can only kind of judge America.
But you've been through them.
As a pedestrian. One thing I found really odd is, okay, their roads, even in relatively small places, are enormously, humongously wide. As in, it's pretty normal to be at least 2 fields in each direction. So 4 fields, and the fields are wider than they are in Norway. So it would be like a super highway in Norway, and it's like, oh yeah, no, this is the road we take when we are going from the gun store to the liquor shop, type of thing. And then you have these really narrow zebra crossings with walk, don't walk thingamajig. And it basically goes walk, 1, 2, 3, don't walk. You have no chance in hell of actually crossing the street in the time from it tells you to walk until it tells you not to walk.
That was your experience in England?
No, that was my experience in America.
Oh, in America? Oh, sorry, yeah.
It's absolutely impossible unless I have some kind of mechanical device to propel me forward, I can't fucking sprint that fast.
Sisu.
And I do not think, I think even Olympic athletes would be challenged to actually make it before the hand changes. But I also...
That doesn't mean to stop, though. It means get your ass moving because the light is going to change.
I get it. Because it's not green light for the people, for the cars on the road. It's not, doesn't mean, okay, let's try to get him into the middle of the road before we run him down. But it is... From my Norwegian sensibilities, it's kind of unnerving to be allowed to start to walk across the street, then you are not allowed to walk, but you're still walking straight up against the thing that tells you that you're not allowed to walk. And a big chunk of humongously big American cars are just standing there looking at you.
Monster trucks. So,
Not actually monster trucks, but I could maybe...
No, but just about every car in Minnesota is an SUV or a truck.
They're all designed so that you can run into a moose, and it is much worse for the moose than it is for the car.
You might be getting old, though, because this whole little scenario that you're painting here reminds me a lot of the Ted Danson one, where he's supposed to be a detective at an old senior citizen's home, and they have like this huge complaint because they can't get across the street before the light changes, and so they have to involve politics and all this other stuff to get the light to be extended a little bit longer. This, you could fit right in. You're getting... You might be getting...
Are you trying to tell me that you know anybody who can cross the road before that thing changes?
My fat ass can get across there, skinny boy.
You can. I guarantee you.
Well, you can't just sit and think about it and light up a cigarette. You got to actually go when it turns green.
You were with me, woman. There is no bloody way.
No, anyway, Norwegians use roundabouts as regular intersections, which is true. Yeah, they even have them in the tunnels. There are roundabouts in tunnels. There's one in Bergen. There's one in Drammen.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, but no, it is you don't see very many stop signs here. You will see more roundabouts.
Anything that is planned.
But it keeps the traffic moving.
Since the 60s, I would guess,
Yeah.
is planned with a roundabout instead of traffic lights.
Rules aren't mandatory when the average teenager scooter is souped up to a degree that no cop will ever catch it, says Torben. Do not let my kid get one of those scooters.
Yeah, maybe Torben can say something about what happens to kids on scooters if they are right behind his car.
Oh no, did you brake check them? Did he?
No, they didn't actually hit his car, but one of them went off-road for a bit.
Oh my god. A friend of mine in high school, because Duluth 21st Avenue East, for example, is a bit like what you see in the movies of San Francisco. It goes like down, straight where the cross traffic comes, then down, straight where the cross traffic comes, then down. But if you have over a certain amount of speed, you're going to hit those straight ones and go whoop right onto the next one and just completely skip the hill there anyway. And my friend was going down on a bicycle anyway, but riding with traffic anyway by the bicycle, but he didn't brake fast enough and ended up hitting his head into the windshield of the back of a car. And you know, one of the windshield wiper things has like a little joint thing, and he actually had the impression on his head for a while. I had to go and get that fixed, but yep, got to be careful. But roundabouts is not a regular intersection. Yeah, no, that's true. Anyway, we should probably go. That was all the stories I had for today. Are you planning on watch? Does this mean I can make you watch anything I want to?
Yeah, I'll just go through my Netflix and similar to see if I come up with a good retaliation.
So I have like this amount of time to find a really bad Viking movie. I'll see what I can do. I don't know. It's got to be on YouTube nowadays. You got to pay for everything. Okay, but anyway, we've gone way over time, and it's time that Karl and I get our geek on and play games. Video games, I don't know what you were thinking. But, so we should go before more cats drop from the heavens to Karl's fate has been told. But it'll probably be...
Normally he jumps down in that chair.
No, he jumped down earlier here, but he landed behind you, but this time...
Yeah, because
I'm so watching that back.
I don't think he wants to jump down there because of the family photo that is in the chair.
Yeah, no, it's not a family photo. It's a frame, but that I have to use to put sheep in. So whoever family photo came with the frame is coming out of it.
Well, I assume those people have a family, so or they might be a family.
Say goodbye, Karl. Have a wonderful week. Watch out for falling cats, says Maggie. It'll be 7 o'clock next Saturday, though, I'm pretty sure. I think it's getting a little tricky to get home in time. But hopefully it will be light enough to start outside for about 10 minutes. It's getting close. Okay, bye-bye. Say bye, Karl.
Bye.
How would Outer the Butcher say? Beaver Butcher say goodbye.
Outer the butcher.
Not Outer the Beaver Butcher, but Outer the Beaver Butcher. How would he say goodbye? Outer the Beaver Butcher.
Be out by breakfast.
Huh?
Be out by breakfast.
Be out by breakfast.